Hi there, it's Eugene Ebner. I am at the Birdland Theater in the heart of New York City with the one and only Eve Marie.
Hello.
How are you,
Hi,
Eve?
Eugene. It's so good to see you.
It's so cool because I just want to fill everybody in. You might have seen on my social media that I just got back from Danville, California because I'm teaming up with Eve. She's actually debuting a brand new show, which we're going to talk about, called Broadway and Beyond, but I am a special guest, and we had a lot of fun in Danville, and now we're bringing it to the Birdland Theater.
Yes, we did have fun.
How did this concept come about for you? What does it mean, Broadway and Beyond? What does that mean to you?
Well, I'm a lover of all genres, and this is my debut at Birdland. I knew I wanted to definitely showcase some Broadway tunes that are close and dear to my heart, but I also love jazz, and I perform jazz all the time, and I'm also a songwriter. So I thought, let's call it Broadway and Beyond, because beyond can mean really anything. So it's a show that really reflects all different parts of myself as an artist, and I'm really excited about that. And I'm so excited that we're going to share a medley.
Yes, it's going to be fun. Which, not to interrupt you, but what you talked about with the jazz aspect,
Yeah.
you were classically trained.
Yes. So I began my career when I was 8 years old, singing opera, and I was suddenly a national vocal prodigy, performing throughout the country, and made my debut on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson, where I got to sing two arias, Il Bacio, which means the kiss, and Sempre Libre. And that was an amazing experience. And then I went on to do a lot of work with Liberace, and I worked with John Davidson on the John Davidson Show. That's incredible. Did a lot of local TV in the Bay Area, where I'm from, where I still reside. But yeah, my career just took off as this little mini opera diva, and they used to compare me to Beverly Sills, which was such an honor.
Exactly, yeah. Well, it's interesting because people that do know me know that I also began an opera vocal performance degree. So that's why I love the fact that you brought up singing also jazz, even though you're classically trained, because you really do sing jazz very well.
Oh,
Hearing you in California and seeing the show, not everyone can do that. I really think you have to work at it, with the different styles, and it takes time. For you, what's the process? How do you... Because I also know you're a teacher.
Right.
So what is the biggest thing for an individual that wants to sing different genres?
Right.
I mean, obviously practice, but what is it that makes the difference?
Well, I'd say first and foremost, having a really strong classical background and strong vocal training that you can depend on.
Right.
Learning your voice and how to use it in a healthy manner just doesn't happen overnight, as you know. It's years of training. And then beyond the training, and understanding how to use all different aspects and colors of your voice to draw upon for different genres. In addition to that piece, owning your voice and knowing who you are as a performer, as a vocalist.
That's true.
Which doesn't just happen overnight. And actually for myself, I kind of went backwards a little bit for a while, because I was performing professionally all over the world at 9. And I was a mini opera singer. So as I transitioned into adolescence, teenage years, and my early 20s, I really had to try to find myself again. Who am I? Not who am I based on what the world is telling me I am.
But who are you
for you? Who am I as an artist? And that's when I finally, after years of work, I finally just realized, I can be whomever I want to be. The belief comes from here.
Yes, very good point. I love that you bring that up, because I think a lot of people compare to other people, first of all.
Right.
And we all have different bodies. We all have different muscles within our voice box and around. We're all different, right?
Right.
And we all have different skills and abilities, and I think the timing is different for everyone because you started so young, like you said, you had to almost start over as you got older.
I did. I've had to recreate my career a few times, and I'm still reinventing. But for me, it's a really exciting time right now. I'm loving where I am. I mean, I'm thrilled to be debuting at Birdland.
It's an honor, and
it's such an honor.
Magical venue, historic.
Yes.
And being in the Birdland Theater, it is newer, but the venue itself, the recognition and the branding of Birdland is very well known. And the Birdland Theater has really taken off.
Right.
And speaking of your show, Broadway and Beyond, I remember hearing a little bit of you talking about on stage that we all dream, no matter where we're at in our life. We continue to dream, and that's you expanding and reinventing.
Right.
So this show is really about you continuing to dream bigger for who you are.
Definitely. I continue to dream. I aspire to be on Broadway. I want to continue to tour. I'm writing tons of new music, which I'll release probably within the year. A few of the pieces from original songs from my last CD, Believe, I'll perform on Sunday. But definitely, I feel like things have kind of come full circle for me, and in many ways, I feel like this is just the beginning, but just what an amazing opportunity to be able to show all different aspects of who I am as an artist at Birdland. I'm really honored.
It's a very good, it's wonderful. So, talking about the show this Sunday, everybody, July 7th.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, Birdland Theater. You have the amazing music director, John Weber.
Yes, John Weber. I'm so excited. Daniel Glass on drums. I have Sadi Zane on bass. I have Jacob Gald, who's flying in from the West Coast on guitar. And then Andrew Peretz, who's going to do a little duet with me, ukulele and voice. And then my very special guest, Mr. Eugene Ebner.
Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, we're singing a nice medley of songs. And the songs that we're singing, I don't want to give it away, but they're a little different for me from what I'm used to. And I've worked hard myself, similar to you, of being able to sing different styles. So it's really fun for me to sing some different than a Broadway ballad, or even a classical crossover or Phantom or whatever I've done in the past.
But you do it all so well.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So do you.
And you killed that piece, your solo in California last week.
Well, thank you. That's one of my favorite songs because I sang "Love Changes Everything" from aspects of love, but it's been around a long time. But for me, it's the message. I have to really connect a lot of the time to the message. And speaking of message, because when I converse and interview, it's obviously to promote what artists are doing, but it's also to share messages of inspiration. And I like the fact that you really are an example for many people, reinventing yourself more than once, being a child prodigy. But what I'd like to ask you right now, if there's any mothers watching that have young children that really excel in something and stand out and they want to get into the business, what do you think is the really biggest piece of advice you could give to them?
I would say never stop following your dreams. Never stop loving yourself first. Because we can only love others and be present for our children and our family if we love ourselves. And it's never too late to go after your dreams. So I'd say be fearless and live your dreams. Don't think about your dreams. Live your dreams.
Live your dreams.
Because life is short. And I feel like having children myself, it has really propelled me and given me that inspiration and desire, fueled that desire even more so to be the best version of myself and live all of my dreams. I want to be a good role model for my children.
Well, that's excellent, and I think anyone can take that advice. And I think as adults, whether we're pursuing our own careers or inspiring our children or people in our lives that are younger than us, anyone can live by that rule. Not think and fantasize about it,
Right.
but do it
Do
and
it.
live it.
Do
And
it.
own it and know your worth and value.
Right.
But also, what I have to tell myself all the time is not to compare myself to other people.
Right.
Because we can be inspired by somebody and say, I'd like to have a career similar to that.
Right.
But if you see someone and they're doing really well and living their dreams and making a career and making great money at it, that's something to aspire to, but that doesn't mean we should lose ourselves in that person or
No.
not think that we don't have
Right.
the same to offer.
Not at all. It just means we need to get busy.
Right?
And make our own dreams come true.
Exactly, which is what you're doing, and that's
Yeah.
why it's so fitting, Broadway and Beyond, this Sunday, July 7th at the Birdland Theater, the one and only Eve Marie. Yes, I will be singing a medley with her, and we have all these wonderful musicians that we just mentioned earlier. There'll be more information here about the show, how to purchase tickets, and we can't wait to entertain you.
Can't wait.
And Eve, you're going to be blown away by her voice and her
Oh,
musicality.
Thank you.
And the songs that she's written. You're a very good songwriter.
Oh, thanks so much.
But you know something that we do have to do,
What?
and we're going to do it in just a moment. We have to twirl through life.
Ooh.
Twirl! Twirling and spreading joy and magic.